Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Horror Tower Defense. And pretty much I got a little message from somebody, Alessandro, I believe that's his name, on how to pass the final police station. And we're gonna go ahead and try to do this without any secrets or any nightmares, because obviously you guys already know I have the worst luck and I barely got my last secret like 2 days ago. But pretty much he did ask how to go ahead and pass this on the hardest difficulty. And so we're gonna go ahead and kind of start on the hardest one, just because I know some of you guys just want to know how to pass chapter 5 on the hardest. And after that, we'll just rerun it to chapter 1. And yeah, we'll go ahead and start off right now. All right, and obviously this might be a little bit more difficult because usually some people don't exactly have good starters. And I always emphasize this all the time, whether it's in my live stream, whether if I'm chatting with someone on the YouTube chat, is one of the most important things that you guys can do off the bat is not only to have powerful troops, but to also have powerful starters. And for a lot of you guys that don't know this, we have our zombie right here that is going to be our best one. However, I like to use a mask a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and let this guy pass by because obviously we have 500 health, and he's not going to really do that much damage. And just keep in mind too, like ever since like the last update, for some reason when they went ahead and blocked off, and I don't know if you guys remember this, you used to be able to go behind the map over here and over here, but ever since they did block it off, unfortunately it did get a little bit more difficult. But luckily we are going to be able to survive. The most important thing is just to make sure that you have enough like room to have like a little bit of trial and error, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing right here. And I think he should die, so yeah, perfect. And I would always say put 2 right here if you guys kind of want to make sure that you guys don't lose any health. Always have some people in the back too. Obviously this might be a little bit more difficult for some people, but this is pretty much how I do my strat. I always have one ghost woman and one of my masks back there. I'll let the Humvee pass because obviously the Humvee is a little tanky, and due to that sometimes it's going to be a little bit more difficult if you don't have your troops leveled up to actually do significant damage. But definitely, if you're able to get that Humvee down to about 400, you should be safe. And it just depends on how high your starts are as well. For example, mine right here is a level 70. And that's one of the most important things that you could do is just make sure you have high troops for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and place a couple burn traps here too. And I would say like Foxy is one of the better ones for the 2 mythics, right? I mean, those are the only 2. But I personally like Burntrap's ability for you guys that have them. And if you guys are unaware how to press it, because I always get this question in my live streams, how do you use his special ability? Once you're able to max him out, this will unlock on level 5. And when it unlocks, pretty much you can burn every unit, or I should say every enemy unit on the map. So just click on that whenever you see the bosses come out, and usually they get cooked to a crisp before they come down. But definitely, I'm going to go ahead and set everything up here. And after that, we're going to go ahead and kind of fast forward to the last part. So you guys can kind of see like how I use the special ability and how you guys could potentially pass this as well. All right, so we're finally on wave 19. And here's our first boss coming right downtown right here. And so we're going to go ahead and have 2 burn traps that are going to be leveled up to the max. And so if he ends up passing us right here, which I don't think he is, he might get lucky enough. Let's see. Oh, nope, he was not. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and do the next one on ×1 once I see the bosses come down right here to the sides. Or you know what, I'll just probably burn them as soon as they get over here. And on top of that too, I think I'm going to go ahead and just level up my ghost woman too, because why not? They're there, might as well go ahead and level them up. Usually I just get lazy and I just level up the burn traps and I let them do their own thing too. But here they come right now. And what I'm going to go ahead and do before they actually come down, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this one right here. So the burn trap right here in the middle that I selected is using the special ability. Once I see them stop burning, I'm going to go to my next one, burn the next one. And then once the ability wears off again, we're going to go ahead and select this one. And realistically, they just all die before they even get down here. So definitely you guys could do it that way. And I would always say bring Burntrap because his ability is throughout the map. Like Fox is great, but they only have a fire tornado and you have to be close range for that. Sometimes we're not paying attention and we do miss. But that's pretty much how I do it. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it on 5.1. Just because it is kind of a little bit different. You get a little bit less money and it might be a little bit more difficult. I think I've just froze. What has happened? Oh my. Well, we'll see what happens now. Alright, so it just took a lot longer to load for some reason. I don't know. I know it's been kind of laggy here since they added endless. But now we're going to go ahead and do it on the exact same one, exact same map, and we're going to put it on the hard difficulty too, and we're just going to go ahead and confirm it and go from there. And so in this one, it's going to be very similar, except you have less less waves, so that means less money, and there's not going to be as many mobs as well. But we're going to go ahead and place in the exact same place right here. I just want to emphasize this too, because some people kind of don't understand this sometimes. The reason why I place here compared to being over here or up on the stairs, when I'm playing with multiple people, I'll go ahead and place them up on the stairs. But if I'm playing here, I want to go ahead and make sure I have a big enough gap so I'll be able to engage the enemies coming down from here as well as the enemies coming down from over here. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by engaging the enemies? So pretty much if you have your troop in the middle right here, right, or anywhere else, like over here, it's only going to attack these guys and not the ones over here. If you have them here, once they clump up together, your troop can only attack one target. So the reason why I have them spaced out right here is because in case if one does get by like that, these guys will be able to attack these guys instead of focusing on one target when they're all clumped up together. So that's just a really important factor to kind of put into the game. And then I kind of try to space them out a block, so then it's going to be the exact same kind of same kind of strategy. Jesus, I can't even talk today. Oh my. But definitely you kind of don't want to have the exact same troop kind of like spaced together. You always want to kind of have them different troops kind of staggering up on each other, just because like their abilities sometimes do interfere with each other, and a lot of people don't understand that. But like, for example, Burntrap, if you have a Burntrap, and I usually put them in the middle because mine are overpowered, right? Because they're already a high level. If you have them all here together, their burn ability that lasts like 3 or 5 seconds after will wear out by the time it's here. So if you have like a Burntrap here, the burn ability will continue on. And that's not talking about their special ability, of course, just their burn ability. And I'm going to put my last troop right here because I'm only probably going to use just one Springtrap realistically. But yeah. And I would just recommend, try not to, well, definitely if you are low level, try to increase your troops that are going to be smaller, but try not to level them up per se. Like, for example, my masks are going to stay at 0. These guys could go ahead and increase a little bit, assuming that you guys are having a little bit of difficulty kind of passing it. But definitely the ones that you want to go ahead and upgrade it is going to be your Mythics, Secrets, or your Nightmares. But I'm just assuming that you guys don't have any Mythics or Secrets because they're almost impossible to get. So definitely try to upgrade your Mythics to the max that you possibly can. And then once again, once you unlock this burn ability, you'll be able to do some significant damage and potentially kill the boss easy. And in case if you guys actually don't unlock the ability, because sometimes you won't unlock it, don't be afraid to sell your troops once you like pretty much have no more mobs coming down from the stairs. If like you're empty right here and there's nothing else coming in, nothing else is spawning, feel free to sell a couple troops and then move some in the back. Sometimes I'll do that too, in case if I'm not able to take out a unit. And I'm pretty sure if I get to 3k, I will unlock this ability, but if not, it's not going to be the end of the world. But definitely, I am going to try to max this guy out as quickly as I can. And if not, and if everything else in front is pretty much dead, I'm going to go ahead and sell my Burntrap and throw another one in the back. So definitely don't be afraid to sell your troops and relocate as much as possible. However, just keep in mind, it's going to be an investment. So once you invest in something, you're not going to get the exact same ROI or return on investment as you had. So pretty much like, you know how much money I put into here, you get less. Make sure that you have a good amount, a staggering amount. And actually, you know what, here, let me see, I might actually be able to knock them out without 200. No, it's just gonna be like that. I was gonna try to sell these guys and try to max him out to his max ability, but it probably won't get there. And so these guys aren't gonna attack anymore. He might get by. And keep in mind too, they did like pretty much boost him. We're gonna wait until he stops. Okay, he stops flickering. And we're going to go ahead and place these guys back here. I'm going to put them on the rotation because the rotation takes a lot longer compared to a straight line. Leave that there. And then once I sell this guy, I should have enough for another Burntrap. And then I'll just move it to the back. And that's pretty much how you do it. And you just got to wait for this guy to lower a little bit. And we're going to wait for him to get out of the radius. Or he might die before he gets out of the radius. But keep in mind too, do not sell your Burntrap until he stops flickering, because that means his burn ability has ended. It usually lasts about 3 seconds too. So definitely, I would just say this, definitely make sure you have strong starters, because obviously if you don't have strong starters, that'll be a big issue. Whether you're playing on the pizzeria or you're playing on the police station or any other new maps that they're adding, I would just say always try to upgrade your starters as much as possible. And people always tell me like, is it a bad investment to go ahead and use all your food on your starters? I personally don't think so. Like, yeah, you could go ahead and use it on your stronger troops, but if you can't pass the beginning of the waves, then you're gonna have some issues. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, take care.